Hello, I'm Viet Cường. You're watching Thai Nguyen News. Today's headlines. International Conference on Building New Rural Areas in Thai Nguyen. Thai Nguyen participates in the online conference on improving tourism environment in Vietnam. Effective actual lessons from tea production as Viet Gap standard. On June 11th, Thai Nguyen's Management Board for Building New Rural Areas, in collaboration with some universities from Vietnam and Korea, organized an international conference with the theme Building New Rural Areas, Experiences of Korea, Initial Results of Vietnam and Methods of Execution in Thai Nguyen. During the conference, delegates discussed some main issues of building new rural areas, including methods of execution in Vietnam, experiences from Sayamol Udong, a rural development movement in Korea, the important parts of international cooperation, state management and job training, projects to increase incomes for rural residents, and a lot more. All the delegates agreed that the national movement of building new rural areas is an agricultural revolution. Many countries in the world, like Japan, China, Thailand, especially the Sayamol Udong of Korea, have achieved great successes in this movement. One important experience from the Sayamol Udong movement, shared by the Korean experts, is promoting the internal force of rural residents to build rural infrastructure, developing production to increase incomes for farmers, training personnel majoring in rural development, strengthening democracy, plant and protect forests, protect environment, to name a few. Thai Nguyen Province is striving for 35 communes to satisfy all the 19 criteria of new rural areas, 57 communes to satisfy more than 10 criteria, and the remaining communes to satisfy at least 5 criteria by 2015. Just recently in Hanoi, Deputy Prime Minister Nguyen Thiện presided over the National Online Conference on Improving Tourism Environment in Vietnam. Leaders of Thai Nguyen Department of Culture, Sports and Tourism and representatives of relevant agencies and branches in the province participated in the said conference.
According to the report of the Ministry of Culture, Sports and Tourism, during the early 5 months of this year, the number of international visitors to Vietnam was reduced 4.5% in comparison to the same period last year, in spite of its efforts to strengthen propaganda and investment promotion activities, and has organized many important cultural and tourism events successfully. Since the beginning of this year to date, Thai Nguyen welcomed about 600,000 visitors. 8,000 of them are foreigners, and this brought about 600 billion Vietnam dong to the province in profit. However, Thai Nguyen's tourism still has shortcomings like unfinished roads and spare tourism products. Addressing the conference, Deputy Prime Minister Nguyen Thiện Nhân said, improving tourism environment in Vietnam is now an urgent matter to be addressed. It needs functional authorities to take responsibility and find solutions for the shortcomings mentioned above. Vietnam is striving to become a safe and friendly tourism destination for international visitors.
On the early hours of June 6th, Thai Nguyen Province solemnly celebrated the 65th anniversary of Uncle Ho's call for patriotic emulation, June 11th, 1948, June 11th, 2013. During the celebration, Mr. Dương Ngọc Long, chairman of Thai Nguyen Provincial People's Committee, reminisces President Ho Chi Minh's call for patriotic emulation at ATK Định Hóa District. Over the past 65 years, the party, government and people of Thai Nguyen Province continue to uphold the spirit of solidarity, patriotic tradition, sacrificing spirit for the nation, and have firmly retained loyalty to the party, and strengthen solidarity tradition, activeness and creativeness to overcome numerous difficulties and challenges that contributed to the cause of national liberation, reunification, socialism construction and national defense. It was from this movement that many new factors like distinguished communities and individuals have risen. At the ceremony, the representatives of Thai Nguyen education sector and enterprises outlined the activities and results of the patriotic emulation following Uncle Ho's ideology as well as the determination to launch practical and highly effective in the coming time. On this occasion, 97 teams and individuals were honored and given awards from the party and state. After 2 years of being implemented, the development program on industries, small-scale industries, and handicraft villages in Thai Nguyen Province for the period 2011-2015 achieved strong growth and contributed 4,000 billion Vietnam dong to the total value of industrial production of the province.
Developing small-scale industries and handicraft villages is considered a major breakthrough that contributed significantly to enhancing the values of industrial production in the province. Especially, it also played an important role in the socio-economic development of the rural areas. In 2012, regional small-scale industries and handicraft had made over 4,000 billion Vietnam dong, accounting for over 14% of the province's total industrial value. As a result, the development program on industries, small-scale industries, and handicraft of the province in 2014 has set some specific goals about increasing 2,000 new production facilities, increasing the number of villages, and simultaneously creating new jobs for 15,000 workers in rural areas, and aims to increase the values of the growth rate of average annual production by 26%. In order to promote this field efficiently, the province needs to deploy more preferential policies, promote the development of industrial structure in accordance with each locality, thereby contributing to labor structure shifting and improvement of workers' living conditions in rural areas.
In order to help people fully and comprehensively understand the safety and manufacturing techniques as Viet Gap standard, a great deal of practical sessions were offered at distinct production establishments and showed initial effective steps. Mr. Bùi Xuân Tiến, owner of a typical tea production establishment in Tân Cương Commune, has been successful in the domestic and international market. Mr. Bùi Xuân Tiến family in Hồng Thái 2 hamlet is one of the famous tea producers in Tân Cương Commune, Thai Nguyen City. His own tea production follows the strict processes to ensure quality and reputation that help his family's tea products to be favored by many and is noted to be the most favorite in the market. The annual revenue that Mr. Tien's family gets from tea production is not less than 1 billion Vietnam dong. Tea producers should have good conscience if they want to supply clean and safe tea products. It means that the production must be in compliance with the technical process and ensure prestige among customers. Also, the stable price and good quality must be included if the producers want to preserve a long-lasting and firm foothold in the market. With an area of over 7,000 square meters of mainly midland tea plantation, which has been certified by Viet Gap standard, Mr. Tien's tea products are not only well known and favored by domestic market, but also on the way to conquer the fastidious customers in the world. With the great success, Mr. Tien's tea manufacturing establishment has become the destination for many people to learn and exchange experiences. Visiting Mr. Tien's manufacturing workshop, I found out that his family has had good investment, as the workshop is always clean and fertilizers have been used in accordance with Viet Gap standard instead of organic fertilizers as other families do. The way of tea production is also different in specialty processing. Like Mr. Tien, other participants in the actual field trip had opportunities to enjoy direct monitoring of the processes of safety production, including the stages of tending, cultivating and harvesting, processing and achieving fine and smooth taste until the completion of a product. During production, farmers often practice old usage of fertilizers for high efficiency without ensuring standardized quality. The technical requirements on processing and preservation are not guaranteed. The safe tea production as Viet Gap standard is regarded as suitable direction in modern times to help tea growers shift their old practices to intensive tea growing towards commodity production, increasing productivity and product quality, and contributing to improving life and affirming the local tea trademark in the domestic and international market. And that's all we have for today. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.